What is up, boys and girls? Today I'm going to talk you through the 40 out of 40 challenges for Betrayal League. So I've been doing 40 out of 40 since Essence League, and before that I only went for the highest MTX payout. Mostly because between Nemesis and Paradise League I was playing on hardcore and some of the stuff was pretty sketchy. So I'm just going to do them one by one. And I will apologize ahead because I have virtually nothing on the Mastermind challenges, because I've only attempted the fight twice in total, and in terms of challenges the fight is extremely confusing. So once I have more information I'll either make an additional video, or I will just add a link down in the description to someone who knows it far better than I do. So let's get to it. So the first challenge we need to do is complete a wall side area, and this is corrupted zones outside maps that has a little red thing on the map. But if you can't find one of those and don't want to chase them, you can just put in a @0 fragment in the map device. That counts as well. Challenge number 2, complete betrayal jobs. This is essentially just do all the 4 different events that they spawn. You have like the escort, you have the big ass fucking fort, you have the smaller fort, and then you have like the underground research center. Challenge number 3, complete these quests. We have a dirty job located in fetid pools. We have through sacred ground located in crypts level 2. We have fallen from grace in Twilight Strand in Act 6. We have fastest Fortuna, which is killing Boulderback in Act 9 in Foothills. And then we have no love for old ghost in Act 10 Ossuary. Defeat these act bosses. There's really seriously nothing to say about these. You just progress through the game and you get it automatically. Complete safe houses. Successfully complete a safe house associated with each of the following types of mission. So to spawn a safe house, you do these just random events and get plus XP or intelligence, whatever, so that you fill up the yellow bar to 100% and you get a safe house. So here I'm 4% away from having a safe house on transportation, for instance. And then you just do the same for the other 3. Challenge number 6, capture 100 red beasts. The beasts can spawn randomly anywhere in the race class worlds, and can spawn randomly in maps. You can have daily events like these, where you see this little skull with red things around it. This one contains Einar with red beasts. You can use scarabs, and you can use prophecies, and you can search for prophecies by looking for Einar. Prophecy, you will find Einar and complete this mission. Challenge number 7, defeat these gods. So these are all the Pantheon gods. You will find Tukohama in Act 6 in the Karui Fortress. You will find Abras in Prisoner's Gate. You will find Rislasa in Wetlands. You will find Ralakesh in Act 7 in Ashen Fields, down here. You will find Gruskul in Northern Forest inside the Dread Thicket. You will find Yugul in Act 8 in High Gardens. You will find Shakari in Act 9 in the Oasis. And you will find Garakan in the Quarry. Challenge number 8, defeat these act bosses. This is the same as the earlier one. It's literally just progressing through the game. Complete twinned maps. All you really do is transmute them and then use alterations until you have the twinned mod. Challenge number 10, defeat targets while assisted by friends, hindered by rivals, assisted or hindered by subordinates, or assisted or hindered by superiors. These red lines here means they are rivals, green ones means they are trusted, and yellow ones I do believe are neutral. Yeah, we got a yellow one here. So the only one I really had trouble with filling up was rival. So all you do is just make sure you have as much fucking red as possible. Challenge number 11, defeat incursion architects. So we need to kill 100 architects in the temple. So we just spawn a temple and you will find an architect in basically every single room here. So the architects you find in the incursions leading up to the temple will not count. Now I don't believe there are any incursion scarabs that I know of, but we can also do the dailies that pops up on the map here. Or we could, again, do prophecies. You will find Alva and complete your mission to speed up the process. Challenge number 12, defeat these targets, part 2. Defeat the following targets while they have the rank of captain. So basically just rank up everyone as captain. Now it seems, I don't know if it was a bug I had, but I had... I can't remember. I think it was Chimera. Maybe it was Gravicious. It was one that I needed. Maybe it was Chimera as a captain. And I killed him as a captain, but I didn't get the challenge. I think I killed him like twice. So they might have to be from... They might have to be from like the actual event you're doing. So if you're doing... if you're inside the research... he has to be in the research. He can't be like a rival or something. That might have been it. But yeah, just rank everyone up. It's random. Just play. Challenge number 13. Identify 100 unique items. Now this one should come automatic. If you for some reason struggle with this one, just buy unidentified uniques. Because we actually have that option in PoE.trade. You have it somewhere... Here we go. Identified, no. And then rarity, unique. And then just hit search. And then we find a ton of cheap unidentified items. Challenge 14. Defeat target 3. Defeat the following target while they are associated with each job. So, Guff here, for instance, we need to kill him when he is in fortification, transportation, research, and intervention. Basically, just move them around. You'll have the option to move, say, Hillock to intervention and stuff, so they just have to be associated. Challenge 15, complete corrupted maps. Either just vol them, if you find a Cardo, vol the Cardo. I really wouldn't stress this challenge, because we have 2 other challenges that involves corrupted maps, so this one is automatic. Actually not, we have 1 more challenge, I believe. However, when we progress through the Atlas or red maps, we need to corrupt them to get the bonus. And then we have a challenge where we need to run 30 8-modded red tier maps, so I really would not stress this one. Challenge 16, complete these encounters. Defeat Olan Greychain, that's Oak, with 4 ancestor totems active. Pretty simple. When he has 4 totems up, kill him. Defeat Fire and Fury without use. Oh, sorry. He is in Fungal Hollow. Is the map. Defeat Fire and Fury without using any timed cranks. Pretty easy. You got timed cranks in each corner, and sometimes he will teleport himself to a corner, and when the lava is up, he will heal. So naturally you want to hit the time crank to get rid of the lava to make sure he doesn't heal, but to get the challenge we need to simply not use the time cranks. And you will find Fire and Fury in the Lava Chamber map. Defeat Megara with 10 active molten skeletons. You will find this boss in Crater map. This one's a bit tricky. I struggled a little bit with this one. It took me something like 10 minutes because we need her to spawn these molten skeletons, and she does like 2 or 3 at a time, and they have very short lifespan. Her own firestorm actually kills these skeletons, so we need to somehow kite the skeletons away from the firestorm. So we need to like use Enduring Cry to taunt them away, and somehow stack up 10 of them whilst keeping her away. It's a nightmare to get this one done. It's really annoying. Defeat Gisael without being shocked, which is the Scriptorium boss, which would be Sharon. Essentially, just don't get hit by anything. It's not that hard. Challenge 17, complete Shaper Strongholds. Shaper Stronghold looks like this. You'll have this yellow glowing ring around the map that shows that that's a stronghold, and if we mouse over, it will have the flavor text. Completing this map will yield additional powerful items. Challenge 18, Unveil Mods. Just play, really. I mean, there's no strategy for this. It's just play. Challenge 19, defeat Elder Guardians. So what we want to do is we want to spread this Elder influence around 20 maps, and once we hit 20 maps, it should spawn Elder's Guardian along with Elder. And then we just run the maps and kill the Guardians. Challenge 20, complete unidentified rare maps. So there's a few ways of doing this. One is we buy them. Two, we hope that they dropped unidentified. 3, we check Sana every time, like she will reset. If she's got any identified rare maps with the correct tier, we'll just buy them and run that. Or, let's say we need, what do we got as an example of tier 2? Let's say we need an unidentified tier 3. So we grab 3 of the same map from tier 2, in this case Thicket. We alch all of them.
Need a map?
And because they are now rare and we do the upgrade recipe, we get an unidentified map back. Challenge 21, reach depth level 270. So 270 shouldn't actually take that long just by mapping, but we have a couple of ways of getting sulfite. One would be to run these daily things that we get here. I've already done my delve one, so you can buy scarabs, and you can buy prophecy. You will find Nico and complete this mission. 22, defeats targets 4. Defeat the following targets while they are leaders of a safe house. So we need all these people to be a leader up here. It doesn't matter where they are as long as they are a leader. As far as I know, you can't actually remove a leader unless you do the safe house. So it's a bit random. I also am very unsure of if I do vegan here, if Janice is next in line to pop up here, or if it's random. It's a bit RNG to get the correct leader. I should add that their ranks doesn't matter. Like if they, I don't know, what do we got? We got captain, lieutenant, and sergeant. That doesn't matter at all as long as they're the leader. 23. Complete these encounters 2. Defeat a breach lord. With that, we use a breach stone. South, for instance. We got, or we can do tool, ash, chayula, old nettle. It doesn't matter as long as it's a breach lord. Defeat a Lisht. You can do this one in 2 ways. So the first one is we need to get lucky to get an abyss. We can do that with sextants. And on top of that, we then need to get lucky by that abyss spawns an abyssal depth. And in turn, we then need to get lucky that abyssal depth contains a Lisht. However, there is a Lisht boss in Delve called Kurgle in the Lisht tomb. And he actually counts for this challenge. So if you can find Kurgle, you don't have to chase the abysses. The Pale Council, we need the keys. I can't remember all the 4 key names, but if you complete all the prophecy chains, they will provide a key as a reward, or you can just buy the keys. You then put them in the map device in the correct order and do the event. Release an essence of hysteria, insanity, horror, or delirium. For that, we need a remnant of corruption. We then need an essence that is either scorn, envy, misery, or dread, and we use this thing on that, and then we need to get lucky that it turns to either one of them. You don't need all 4, you just need one of them. 24, open 300 delve chests. This one isn't that bad really, but just delve. That's all I can say, just delve and you'll get it automatically. 25, open safe house stashes. spawn a safe house, do the safe house, open the stash, do that a wee bit less than 40 times per safe house, and we'll get there. So this one's a bit grindy. 26, fully upgrade rooms. So this is upgrading the temple rooms. So these are all listed in tier 3. And what you need to do is, when you find an incursion, you have the option to either upgrade or change the room. But sometimes you'll have rooms like halls. This one doesn't actually have a tier. So halls will always have 2 options to change to 2 different rooms. But trap, for instance, we can either upgrade this to tier 2 or change it completely to a different one. So we cannot ever control which rooms we get. We can't control if we will get trap multiple times. It's all random. Mass bite prophecies to spawn alva. If you're having trouble figuring out which room is which, I have I'll link this one down in the description. This one lists all the tiers. So this one, Armorer's Workshop, tier 1, upgrades to Armory, and then upgrades to Chamber of Iron as a tier 3. Banquet Hall and Apex does not have tiers. So the next one would be Flame, upgrades to Omnitech, that upgrades to Crucible of Flame. Lightning Workshop upgrades to Omnitech Reactor, and then Conduit of Lightning is tier 3, etc, etc, etc. So this one can be a bit of a bitch to upgrade. I remember when we had the actual Incursion League, Throne of Etsiri was super rare. I know tons of people who like never saw this room ever. So hopefully I or you won't actually have the same problem this league. 27, Achieve Ascension. Achieve Ascension. Do Normal Lab, True Lab, Merciless Lab, and Uber Lab. 28, complete these encounters 3. Defeat High Lithomancer without taking damage from boulders. So this boss is in Primordial Blocks, which is a tier 15. The boulders are basically Indiana Jones style. So you have several lanes of which the boulders is gonna roll down randomly. I did, however, find a safe spot. This one I wouldn't really recommend on hardcore. This is more of a softcore one because I ended up dying like twice trying this. But there is a safe spot down far right corner where the boulders will never hit. This will not work as a melee because apparently you cannot taunt the boss to come at you because he likes to just run around or just stay in the middle. So, but if you're range, there's actually a safe spot, bottom right corner. Just stay there and range them. Defeats a trio of bosses in the Alluring Abyss by killing ally last. So Alluring Abyss is Uber Etsiri. Ally is the titty bitch that does the spike rain thing. Defeat all Nettle, which is a Breach Lord, while having 5 or more stacks of corrupted blood. I would recommend having a life regen build, something that's really tanky. Get him low, let him stack you up to 5, and then just use Calling Strike. Defeat the Vol Omnitech in an area level of 75 or higher without allowing any energized phantasms to restore energy shield to it. So once the temple boss reaches 50%, he's gonna go into the middle, and adds from all the sides are gonna come into the middle and try to like give him energy shield. So AoE is an AoE build is very recommended. Just kill the ads, and yeah. 29. Use Gilded Scarabs. Now these are tier 3, so the majority of these are going to be very expensive. So either you try to farm these yourself. I believe you need to upgrade everyone to Captain, or whoever drops a Scarab to Captain to get a tier 3. But yeah, I would recommend buying them. 30, reach level 90, self-explanatory. 31, level a gem to 20, self-explanatory. 32, defeat Mastermind. And to spawn the Mastermind, we have to do a ton of safe houses. Once we do enough safe houses, this yellow bar here will reach 100, and once that happens, we can now do the Mastermind. 33, complete maps with 8 mods. So we need to do 30 red tier maps while they have 8 mods. To achieve this, we have to use a Vol Orb and hope that the outcome is an 8 mod. And to tell if a map has an 8 mod or not, be sure to have the advanced mod thing, I believe. I can't actually find my options tab. It is somewhere here in the UI. This one, advanced mod descriptions. We just hold Alt, and now it separates all the prefixes and suffixes, and we can count. So we got chaos resist and elemental resistance is a hybrid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If it's got less, then it's not an 8 mod. 34, complete Atlas objectives. And that is to complete all of these. I have tried to do Shaper Strongholds, but Strongholds does not count towards that challenge. So it's only when these spawns here, Sauna, Bestiary, Incursion, and Delve. So if you ask me, 400 seems a little exaggerated. 35, complete unique maps. Short story, just buy them. Challenge 36, defeat any Bestiary boss. Bestiary bosses are very rare. We need to find the correct red beast that gives us the recipe to open up a portal to a boss. And I believe all of them are zone level restricted. So the dinosaur boss is like level 70, but I do not remember the other ones. I think the tiger is like 80, 81. I did find a crab, but I couldn't tell you where. But yeah, they are super rare. So I would look. I would scan through Global 820 to see if anyone has either selling or just offering for free. Defeat any Dell boss. We got the Architect. We have Kurgal, and we have Ol. So we just have to dig, be lucky, or hang out in 820. Hang out in 820. Just look for people who, out of the kindness of their heart, are offering. Defeat the Vol Omnitech in an area of level 75 or higher. So I would recommend to map in tier 8s and above to make sure you have a 75 zone. Spam the Alpha Prophecies, but please don't spam them until I've bought them all. Complete the Beachhead. Simplest is probably just to buy them. I honestly don't know how much they're going for. I could check right now. If we type in Beachhead, they are actually not that bad. Or is this a price fix? This seems to be a price fix. It's AFK. Yeah, this seems to be generally around 45 to 50. Honestly, to me, that's not too bad. The way you get the Beachhead is to use a Harbinger Orb on a map and pray. 37. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any information about this at all. I have only ever attempted the fight twice, and it is a very, very confusing fight in terms of challenges. I do not understand what this means. I do not understand what Black Flame Phase is. And I think Volatile Skeletons is to... they spawn along with the Syndicate leader that you have to kill. I do not understand what the Black Flame Phase is at all. The Sculpture is the big ass totem in the middle, and that one's sort of easy because it's doing like a big attack, like a long projectile attack, but clockwise. So it does like you know, right and then down. And why did I say? I could just said east, south, west, north. It does it clockwise. It doesn't seem to aim at you. It just moves, rotates. So for this part, I will either have to make a video about this way later once I actually know it better, or I will link in the description below a video or a post to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. But for now, I do have two suggestions. One, you find someone who is good at this and ask for service. You pay him. Two, you just run aqueducts for, God, I don't even know how long you would have to run aqueducts to get a low level mastermind spawn. Just run like aqueducts all day, and you should be able to get a low level one, because I saw a video of a guy who did like a level 61, and he got just about all the challenges at once because it was such a low level, and he was doing like a Hierophant Arc Totems. It was just one-shotting everything. 38. Complete deadly encounters. We need to kill Eber at Siri. We need to kill a red tier elder. We need to kill Shaper, and we need to kill Vol Temple. And we can get the Vol Temple 3 ways. First one, obviously, we buy it. Second is we use a Vol Orb on a tier 15 map, or a 16, I believe a 16 works too, to corrupt it and hope we hit a Vol Temple. You can only get Vol Temple by corrupting it. Or we buy these cards, Lingering Remnants. And Lingering Remnants currently are going for about 4k as a pop. 39. Complete Sana's questline. So once we have all the memory fragments, we will then have to kill Shaper to get a key to the lab, and once we have that, we need to kill Eber Elder. And once we have killed Eber Elder, the questline is complete. 40. Complete endgame grind. So we have, I think we have a few more options this time than last league, for instance. Reach level 100. Would not recommend this. If you have time, if you like to grind, go for it. Reach depth level 600 in your Azurite mine. Shouldn't be too bad. We just buy Sulfite Scarabs, or we buy Nico Prophecies, or we just, you know, casually grind maps and hope we get Sulfite. But yeah, I would recommend Prophecies and Scarabs. Open chest at the end of the endgame labyrinth. So I have a dedicated lab runner, so this one's an easy one for me. I would recommend, like, if you're gonna play the entire league, do, no matter how bad the layout is, do like 3 or 4 per day, like a daily. Just do 3 or 4, and you're gonna get there eventually. Because if you save this one up until the end, it is going to be an insanely annoying and boring grind. Defeat the Vol Omnitech in an area of 75 or higher. So this means we need to spawn incursions in tier 8 or above. Just buy the prophecies. Sadly, no scarabs that I'm aware of, or the names of the scarabs are, or if there are scarabs for incursions, they have a name I'm not familiar with. Defeat any bestiary bosses. Honestly, this one shouldn't even be here. What madman is gonna find 40 portals unless you do a rotation? So even if you do a rotation, you have to do multiple rotations. Skip this. Skip this. Complete your syndicate safe houses. Easy. Just grind the betrayals. Spawn the safe houses. It's gonna take a while, but we'll get there eventually. And that has been 40 out of 40 challenges. Currently, I'm only at 24, but I haven't been able to play as much. I've been sick. I've only been able to do like a few hours a day, some days not even at all, and of course I finish my hideout. I think I spent more time on my hideout than actually playing the game. Just badly trying to figure out if there's anything I should add, need to add, or want to add to the end of this video. I guess not. So I'll see you in the next video, whatever that will be. If you have any suggestions for a video you would like for me to do, please leave a comment down below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.